Howdy folks, I'm Gregarious Gerberus, genially gabbing with glib gerbils.
I'm Amber.
And here are more gerbils who are glib to chat with. I don't know why we're chatting with glib gerbils, but apparently we are. Let's get started. Apparently they like books. That's why. Alright folks, and our first letter is titled, Am I a jerk for letting my ex's mom into my book club and making his fiance feel dumb? I'm a 28-year-old female and I dated Jim, a 29-year-old male, fake name, when I was 24. We separated when I was 25 and I haven't talked to him much after that. But I still sometimes speak to his parents, especially his mom, whom I have even introduced to my father-in-law, as they both love gardening. Now, I have been running a small book club from my university days with just a couple of lovely women, and we gather in my home library and talk about books on witchy or historical fiction. We also talk about gardening and old folks' tales, and I just consider it a very fulfilling hobby. Jim's mom, let's call her Amy, asked me last month if she could join my book club, as my father-in-law had mentioned it to her when they were chatting at the nursery. She thought that it sounded great, and I said yes, and I didn't think Jim would mind. Also, it wasn't any of his business. Amy then joined one session and gushed about it to her husband, who mentioned it to Jim. Now the problem starts here. I later learned that Jim's parents are not fond of his fiancee Beatrice, a 30-year-old female. Jim's dad thinks that Beatrice has nothing in common with her family. The three of them are huge readers, and thinks that Beatrice is shallow, as she works with makeup and clothes, and she's a boutique buyer. Plus, the reason I interacted less with Jim and his parents following the breakup is that Jim dumped me for Beatrice. And even though I am married and are somewhat friends with my father-in-law, Jim's parents think that Beatrice is not right for their intellectual son. Apparently, at some family dinner, Jim's parents just kept speaking over Beatrice and mentioning how well I had been doing. And Amy had been talking about what books in the book club I had recommended, and I guess Jim's dad made a comment on how we wished he had a daughter to talk to about books, and that had hurt Beatrice. Later, Jim called me and told me about all of this, and that me letting his mom into my book club has only given his parents more ammo to hurt Beatrice. I apologized, as I knew none of this. I later then asked Amy not to talk about anything book club related outside. I made up this lie about how we pretend to be a coven and we can't discuss these things without the outside world, even though it felt awkward and childish. I thought that would be that. Except Beatrice and one of her friends have made a scathing post on Facebook and Instagram, and even tagged my father-in-law in one of them, on how snobbish and mean-minded bookish women try to take over other women's men, and they can only read and act smart. Jim then again called me and said that Jim's mom had started a huge fight over it, and she had taken back the jewelry that she had given to Beatrice for the wedding. I was a bit shocked, as I rarely spoke to Jim after our breakup and only interacted with his parents when I ran into them. We live in a small town. But he sounded and acted like I was the reason that his family was going through a spat. My husband and father-in-law are saying that Beatrice was lucky that I didn't think of retaliating and that I was not in the wrong. But I am starting to feel guilty and I need a second opinion. Am I the jerk? Edit, many people are asking, so yes, Jim did sort of cheat on me with Beatrice. He admitted to having an emotional affair with Beatrice and then dumped me. I later heard that his parents did not take it well. Alright folks, what do you think?
No, not the jerk. Like, everyone else is kind of acting bad in this situation, but it's not your responsibility to manage Jim's family relationships.
Yeah.
It sounds like you have a book club, you get along well with his mom, she shares the same interests, you let her into the book club. What she did from there was all her own business. She and Jim's dad were jerks for taking those low blows at Beatrice. Mm-hmm. Beatrice was a jerk for making those nasty social media posts. It's not on you.
Yeah, I mean, I think that really summarizes it well. There's really nothing here that OP could have done differently, other than been like, no, you can't join the book club, which might have been a little mean.
Well, that's the thing, is like, it doesn't seem like OP has any reason not to let the mom in. It seems like they have similar interests. She wasn't doing this, like, it would be different if OP's motives were to like split up Jim and Beatrice or something like this, but it was just sort of a friendly thing. There's nothing saying you can't be friend with your ex's mom.
Exactly. But let me know what you folks think. So anyhow, take care and good luck. And Ginger Prince 72 says, not the jerk. Jim's parents have been jerks and Beatrice's reaction is pathetic, but none of this is because of you. Just stay completely out of it and tell Jim to deal with his parents and relationship without involving you. And Wide Ordinary 4078 says, this comment right here. Be a man and deal with your situation, but calling me to complain isn't going to change anything. And Toe the Line says, not the jerk. To be honest, to such a degree that this shouldn't even be an issue for you at all. Jim's parents don't like Jim's fiance? Sounds like a them problem. Like not even a Jim problem. Nothing here even indicates that there's anything wrong with Jim and Beatrice's relationship other than his parents, to be honest. They need to grow up. I would contemplate kicking her out of the book club just because of the unwanted drama, but that's about it. And Own Brother 2559 says, although if Jim dumped OP for Beatrice, the insinuation is that he was cheating and nobody respects a cheater. Maybe his parents would have been able to get past not totally jiving with Beatrice if the relationship hadn't started with lies and deception. OP, you owe him nothing. Less than nothing if he cheated with Beatrice. Alright folks, and our next letter is titled, Am I a Jerk for Telling My Fiance that I was going to wear my bracelet to my wedding and I was not going to remove it? My fiance is a 27-year-old female and I am a 27-year-old male, and we have been together for 3 years and we're going to get married next month. To provide some context, my sister, a 29-year-old female, and I had a pretty terrible childhood. We lived in a single-parent house with our dad, and it was pretty much a traumatic time for us, and he was very emotionally abusive. He shouted at us a lot and made us cry many times. We are now no contact with our dad. When I was 13, my sister handmade 2 bracelets, one for each of us, each with a mix of blue beads and green beads, which are our eye colors, and we made a promise that we would wear it for the rest of our lives, and we have. I still occasionally remove it when I'm at home, but when I'm out, I always wear it, even though some might think it's a bit childish. My sister, too, has worn her constantly over the last decade and a half. While my fiance has no issues with it, she says that I should remove the bracelet at our wedding because the wedding is all about us partners and my sister has no role in it whatsoever. My fiance and I have had many discussions on it and I'm unwilling to budge. I want to wear the bracelet to our wedding. Am I the jerk? All right, folks, what do you think?
No, not the jerk. This is a very important sentimental item to you. And I don't like the fiance's attitude here. It sounds like she's basically trying to insinuate that, oh, your sister has no role in our life, like it's us as partners now. Like, even though the wedding is about the couple, it is also about the family.
Oh, yeah.
You know, it's about celebrating with the people you love. Presumably, OP's sister will be at the wedding. So for her to be like, this has nothing to do with her. No, it's a celebration of your love with your friends and family.
Yeah, I want to know, is she planning on doing traditional things like being walked down the aisle with her father or any of these other kind of traditions? Because wouldn't you have the same power to say, well, this isn't about your dad, this isn't about your family, this isn't, about X, Y, and Z, this is about us. I think in the light of that, it kind of takes away the weight of her argument.
Yeah, I mean, it's very clear that this is probably an image thing. It's either an image thing or, I mean, I hope it's an image thing and not that she's insecure about OP's sister's role in her life.
I'm getting insecure. I'm getting insecure vibes. Like, she doesn't want the insinuation that there's another woman in OP's life, even though, like, a lot of people have like a parent or someone else, not that it has the same role as like a partner or a spouse, whatnot, but you still have family of opposite sex,
right? Yeah, and there's nothing wrong with having special bonds with your siblings or parents or any other family members. Like, I think it's really sweet that they have these bracelets that mean so much to them, and that they're gonna wear them on this special day. And again, it would be different too if OP like brought his sister down the aisle and like they just spent the entire time like making vows to each other or something and like made it all about them and their bracelets.
Oh, I mean, at that point in time, that would be really weird and kind of, off-putting, right?
But if he's never done anything where like he and his sister just like have a habit of taking over the room and dominating everything, like then there's no reason to worry about that.
Yes, well, I can see it now. OP and his sister, they come up there and they get a knot tied around their arm and then they exchange rings with the bride and then then I could see why she would be uncomfortable with the whole situation. But I mean, it's a symbol.
Mhm.
Like, there's a lot of people who have symbols like tattoos or other things, right?
Well,
Like,
and so many people have special wedding jewelry from like a
mm-hmm,
mom or grandma or
mm-hmm,
sister, and I think that like OP's gender is irrelevant here. Just because he's a dude doesn't mean he can't wear a special piece of jewelry.
exactly. But let me know what you folks think. So anyhow, take care and good luck. And Fragrant Hyena 9522 says, why is she so bothered by it? That might be worth looking into before the wedding, not the jerk. And Knights of Knee 11 says, dear goodness, this wouldn't be the first time someone left things out of a Reddit post. Maybe she said for the years that she's uncomfortable with how close they are. Maybe she has valid complaints that he has put his sister over her when he shouldn't. Maybe she's weirdly jealous. Maybe she's going to be a bridezilla. Maybe she just thinks that it looks childish and could have incorporated it into a boutonniere so it was hidden. No matter what, I think that I would want to know why before I got married. I mean, that's a good point. There are a lot of different scenarios there. And Character Tell 4893 says, not the jerk, and it's strange that she is making such a big deal out of it. Tell her to build a bridge and get over it. And Salty Nut 99 says, on top of that, if OP has been wearing it consistently for that long, I feel that it's more noticeable for him not to be wearing the bracelet than just to let the man wear something that's important to him. Alright folks, and our next letter is titled, Am I a jerk for taking a gift? Should I have rejected it? I am second guessing myself. I only go to Starbucks once a year for a free birthday drink. I saw a woman who was homeless with her dog. I asked her if she wanted anything. I got a venti of what she wanted and a pup cup. And she gave me this cute little frog ring in return. Is it bad that I took it? Should I have said no thank you? Or would it have been rude to reject the gift? Alright folks, what do you think of this one?
I think it's wholesome. No, OP, you were not in the wrong to accept her gift. She wanted to do something nice for you in return. Wear that frog ring with pride.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think that this is something that she wanted to give to you out of a gesture of goodwill. She might have taken it poorly had you rejected the ring, right? So I think that this is a good thing that OP has done here, is taken this ring and not hurt her or insulted her.
It shows that it's a two-way thing. Like they both have something meaningful to contribute, instead of her just being a charity case.
Yeah. So I think that OP did the right thing, and it was really nice of them to do this. But let me know what you folks think. So anyhow, take care and good luck. And Wildly Mouse says, no butt faces here. Neither of you are the butt face. She appreciated what you did for her and wanted to repay your kindness. Reciprocity makes the world go round. Besides, you could have offended her by declining. And Jang J. Yule says, I think that it was incredibly respectful for you to accept the gift. This was the thing that she was able to give to you in appreciation for the thing that you did for her. Alright folks, it is tea time. Grab your beverages of choice. I've got some tea right here, and Amber, she has yet another jovial Bob Stein vacation joke.
Did the skunk have a good vacation?
The skunk had a good vacation until they got startled, and then they sprayed a bad smell everywhere, and they got kicked out of the hotel, and now they're kind of living out of their car.
No, it stunk.
See, that's what I said. I said that. And I have licorice spice. Alright folks, that's all the time we have for today. Thank you so much for watching. Happy special Sunday, folks, and you know what makes it special? You do, and Amber does too.
And Brian too.
Amber, we need some kind of moral advice and or guidance, and please have it the headline of a newspaper.
It's gonna go. I'm gonna borrow a direct quote from, I forgot the commenter, but reciprocity makes the world go round.
I mean, extra, read all about it.
Yeah.
Reciprocity makes the world go round.
Yes, I forgot to do my extra spiel.
Thanks so much for watching, and we'll see you all tomorrow.
Bye.
No one's reading that newspaper.